Hi everyone, I'm In. How are you today? I hope that you will have a good day. In every video, I will bring the best things in life for you. No person is the same person from the day that they were born. So saying that, oh, don't change yourself, just accept yourself, it's just not realistic. And this video is all about realism. I don't like to sugarcoat things. Sugarcoating does not work. I'm not a nice guru that will tell you that everything will be okay. No, it will be okay when you make it okay. Because your life is literally in your hands. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody will save you. Not your mom, not your spouse, not your children. Nobody will. You want your life to change? You have to change. You know what you should do? You just stay the same. Do whatever you are doing and don't change. Because the world needs to accept you as you are. And that's it. It is something I will never ever tell you. Why? Because that's the worst advice ever. The world does not owe you anything. People don't owe you anything. We are changing every single day. We are always trying to get better, always trying to improve ourselves. Literally, we see celebrities talking about this a lot. Beyoncé says whenever she goes on stage, she's not Beyoncé. She's Sasha Fierce. A very good example of this as well is David Goggins. David Goggins is a Navy SEAL. He gained a lot of weight. He lost weight. He ran marathons. This man did incredible stuff, but basically, they all say create another version of yourself. And when I heard those stories, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So, if you don't like yourself, you create another person. Maybe if you start acting like it, you've become it. There is no other way. I don't understand why people say like, oh my god, this is like magic. It's not real. How is this magic? If you start doing what the higher version of yourself would do, obviously, you've become her. That is very logical. You see, what does the higher version of yourself look like? What is she wearing or what is he wearing? Who do they date? Where do they hang out? How do they spend their time? What's their career even down to the haircut? What's the haircut like? What does the person look like in your head? I cannot tell you that. What do you look like? Maybe the best version of you has a little weight to lose. Maybe the best version of you has a little weight to gain. Maybe the best version of you has muscle to gain. You notice all these things for yourself. I cannot tell you this because I don't know what the highest version of yourself looks like. I only know what the highest version of myself looks like. So once you get that goal in mind, you know what the highest version of yourself looks like? You have to start acting towards it. So you have to start planning your goals. For example, the highest version of myself. I have a very petite frame and too skinny does not look good on me because like I tell you guys I had an eating disorder. I look sick. A little weight but toned looks the best on me. And I know that I can achieve it through gym and fitness and weightlifting. But every single day when I wake up, I don't want to go to the gym. But I think to myself, okay, what would the highest version of myself do right now? I start with positive affirmations. I put my gym shoes on and I got off to the gym. That's what the highest version of myself does every single day. Even if I like to pick a meal, I love sugar foods. But I always think that, what would the highest version of myself do? Would she get this desserts because my issue is sugar causes breakouts with me and I get inflamed. I don't digest it well. It's very bad for me. I even think I have an allergic reaction to sugar because I get a rash in my face as well, so it will not take that dessert. Maybe caffeine instead. Something like a coffee or tea that will suppress my craving for sugar. The same thing with reading books. I cannot concentrate. I don't want to read books at all. But the highest version of myself, she needs to finish the books because she knows books are knowledge, and knowledge is the key. Knowledge will get you so far in life. The more you know, the better. The highest version of yourself is also very confident. You start looking at yourself in the mirror differently. You can be the most confident person ever. But when so many people say it over and over again, you're like, oh my god, is this true? Do I really look like that? It's almost like a body with this formula you create in your head. It's insane. But I believe that God gave us passions because that's what we're supposed to do. Enjoy life as much as you can. Sometimes we make things too complicated when we are young. Too much pressure. When you are a student, for instance, money, exam, jobs prospect. When you reach 50, you realize that things were not that complicated and the pressure was unnecessary. I completely understand and I sympathize with the pressure that a young generation is going through in fields. But I think that later on in life, perhaps you've become aware that what really matters the most is your family. Perhaps you are less demanding on a bigger picture. I think failure depends on the type of standards you set to yourself. The only standard that we should set up for ourselves is to be happy in our life. I trust that it's for my better when somebody lives my life that I really wanted. I know that he knows what's best for me, so I really don't stress anymore. I cannot tell you guys how much I trust him because I have seen every time I've asked, he has delivered. And when I did not get what I wanted, I got something better instead. That's how much you have to trust, and you have to start assuming like the world is designed for you to succeed. That's how the highest version of you think. So from now, I want you to adopt this mindset of what would be the highest version of yourself. Whenever you go somewhere, think that everybody's in love with you, really honestly. Doing that will make you more confident. You have to think these people are obsessed with me. You have to tell yourself affirmations like that before you have a big project. Look into the mirror and say, I am powerful, I am amazing, I'm gonna have the best day. When you start talking, you feel like you have motivation to start a new day. Accountability leads to guilt because you have to see all the things you've done before. It takes going through the process of looking at yourself differently, like, why did I act this way? Why did I do this? If you are trying to heal from trauma, it often means that you have to relieve the trauma to heal from it, and this hurts. I know that you're gonna have so many bad days, me too. I have days when I wake up and I'm like, wow, I really don't like this. I really don't want to do this. But when you change your mindset, you change your life. Sometimes life can feel like this. It's good and then it's bad. And then it's just maintained for a while. And sometimes every step forward, it feels like you're talking 2 or 5 steps back. But here's the thing. When you zoom out on that picture and you look at it from the grand scale, you'll realize that even though there's ups and downs, you're trending upwards. I know that this bad day is actually a blessing because how can we appreciate the good days if we don't have bad days? We would not even know what good days were if there were no bad days. So I'm telling you, when you are trying to recover from something, when you are trying to become a better person, you will come through ups and downs. But it's the process that will make you fall in love with life. For example, if you want an expensive watch, the watch itself does not fulfill you, but the process towards the watch, the working towards it, the anticipation, I'm gonna get it tomorrow, that's what makes you happy. And then when you get it, you're like, oh wow, is it this? Is this it? But you forget like the whole process before there's the exciting part. So oftentimes when people try to lose weight and stuff, they're like, okay, I got here now. Going to the gym, seeing every single day that scale go down, and looking better, feeling healthy. I'm drinking a lot of water, my skin become plump, eating healthy, having energy. These say will give you motivation to do it. That's the process. That's happiness. So you have to look at things like, I fall in love with the process of getting things, not the thing itself, but the whole time that it takes to get there. The bad days, the good days. Another thing is, don't tell me what you want or what you want to accomplish, what your ambitions are. Show me what you've done. Show me what you're doing. Because when I started my whole social media thing, my friend would be like, what are you doing? It's embarrassing. You're not accomplishing anything. I wasn't going anyway. I don't really care about what other people think about me. I just know that my family is my biggest supporter. Lots of people say my family doesn't support me, I don't know what to do now, and I don't want to do it. Look, if you tell big dreams to small-minded people, they will never support you because they don't understand that they haven't done it themselves. Why do you think you can do it? Big issue with a lot of people these days is you want to talk before it happens. So, why are you putting this evil eye on yourself? Every single time I told somebody something, a goal of mine or anything before it actually happened, it did not work. Why? Because people don't know, they cannot be rude. You guys have to become more private about your life. You're always putting everything on social media. I don't want to answer personal questions because I don't want anybody knowing anything about my personal life. I don't know who's watching me. I don't know who's praying for my downfall. People are watching me because they like me. But people are also watching me because they hate me. And I'm aware of that. At the end of the day, evil eyes do exist. I believe in it. So, I will not talk about things that I want to accomplish before they're accomplished. And that's the reason why you guys are not succeeding. It's because you talk too much and you do less. One of the best mental health tips I've ever read is, if you feel like you hate everyone, eat. If you feel like everyone hates you, sleep. If you feel like you hate yourself, shower. If you feel like everyone hates everyone, go outside. If you feel overwhelmed by your thoughts, write them down. If you feel lost and alone, call a friend. If you feel stuck in the past, plan for the future. If you feel anxious about the future, focus on the present. If you feel like you're not enough, list your achievements. If you feel you can't control anything, organize something small. If you feel unloved, do something kind for yourself. If you feel no one understands, express yourself creatively. If you have this idea in your head that the stars need to align in order for us to begin doing something, whether that's going to the gym to get in shape or read a book that we're super interested in. And it's funny because I feel like it's built into humans to do this. We're all exactly the same thing we say. When I have this item, or when I get to this play, or when I have enough money, that I finally start. And the reality is, that has nothing to do with it. It's not dependent on when. It's not dependent on things that you have. Somebody is probably accomplishing the goal that you want to accomplish with a lot less resources or a lot worse timing than you have. So it may be the case that all of these ideas in your head of things that you need, it's probably in your head. And all you really need to do is put down your phone, get up, and make it happen. I hope you really enjoy this video. You don't like yourself, you create another version. You start behaving like the best version of yourself. You start figuring out what the best version of yourself looks like. Choices like what a career is, what a passion is. Thank you so much for listening to me.